still waiting for Faye. She's got a couple more minutes. She says 8. I'll be there at 8. All right, you two, you have been here. Sorry you can't take the first hour or watch all the movie trailers. One interesting one that kind of came up was the Thomas Crown Affair is getting redone again, which I didn't expect. Typical ones, Avengers Doomsday, the one with the neighborhood that was transported to the dinosaur era. The Matchbox movie one, I'm kind of not sure why. But yeah, multiple movies are coming out in the span of a couple of months. The one I did kind of is Jumanji, but I've seen all of Jumanji, so Jumanji Open World, it seems like a very interesting one for sure. Yeah. So yeah. This one have it? It does. Stream together is right here. Okay. And there she comes. Mm-hmm. They're just waiting for Faye. Yay!
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. I can hear you. There she is. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Smaller?
You want me to make you smaller? Okay. Give me a moment.
Smaller?
I will compress you. You want me to take away what? The boundary? Like this?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. That was too much room for activities.
Too much room for activities, okay. I don't think I have anything else I can do here. Okay, that works. You're good. Audio's good, everything's good. Okay. I think we're good. I got a stinger ready this time. They added stingers again. You get to see the intro. You haven't seen like a couple months. Yeah. Okay. Sadly though, we still haven't got a guest in yet. Gotta get back. I gotta network and find the people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too introverted for that. Oh my God, what's the word? Exhausted. I have exhausted.
You're exhausted.
all of my contacts.
All you exhausted all your contacts? Gotcha. All right. Let me go.
That was the word.
Switch everything a second. So, see, I forgot to switch the virtual camera to the other canvas. So you're getting the whole horizontal so you can see yourself if you're looking at stream together. So, but,
that's fine.
Yeah. I realized that. I was like, I did it last time and I forgot to switch it back. All right. Let me go back to the main scene. And we will pull the zinger in. I don't think I can hear you guys here or hear you here. All right, 1 second. I'm going to record the main stinger. And I think that puts the audio. Somewhere. Blind. Wait a second. Audio. Audio plays correctly. Alright. I haven't done this in a bit, so I'm not sure. Oh, enable audio. There we go. Oh, 30-second ad. I'm gonna wait for that to clear. There you go. enable audio on the stinger, and it throws it all the way to the left. Or the right. Okay, make sure you're good. It's clear so I can hear it. Alright, yeah, it's cleared. Turn off the other audio. Okay.
Hey, geeky. Show me the kitties.
Show me the kitties.
Is this a serious request?
He wants to see, yeah. You can
Okay. You should have told me that in advance. I could have had them in here. I gotta go fish them out of the dresser.
Okay.
Just so y'all know, because I realized how that sounded, I don't put them in the dresser. They put themselves in there. That is their designated hiding spot.
No,
So this is not a matter of if I'm busy. It's a, are they willing to cooperate?
There you go. All right, give a second. All right, welcome to TNF Podcast, Season 5, Episode 6. We already have a request to show the kitties. So we're going to grab the kitties for Doug. You know what Doug is? Doug is a streamer friend of ours, or mine. We play Tarkov together on Sundays and Tuesdays. And he's a chill guy. So he wants to see the kitties. We'll see, try to accommodate that for him. So how you doing, Doug? Welcome to the show. So today's, we're going to talk about the Odyssey, which is the new Epic Christopher Nolan movie out now, and references to Epic, the musical, which is also based on the Odyssey, and maybe talk about some more current pop culture sessions. That's the session movies all over Faye's TikTok feed, and you're going to get some updates from from us, what's been going on in the last 2 months, because we haven't been on for at least 2 months. So we were on back in May, and now it's July. All right, so here's for Doug. The kitties.
Oh. So here we go.
There you go.
I would symbol lift them to the camera, but they don't like that. They don't really like this, but they're tolerating it.
Okay. So it's Nimbus and Nyx.
So this one is Nimbus.
There we go.
And this one is Nyx. Say hi. They don't go in this room, so they're like, what is all of this?
That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
I can see them just looking around.
Yep.
Yeah. Nimbus is the more adventurous of the two. Nyx, she only comes out if I pull her out, and I am sure that even though I'm going to put her back in the drawer that she was hiding in, she will put herself into a new drawer because she doesn't like when I find her.
Yep. There you go. All right.
Okay. Yep. They're starting to. He's starting to try to climb me, so
all right.
Time to go back.
Alrighty, we'll be here. All right, there you go, Doug. You've got your wish. So there you go. All right, Faye's gonna return, and then we're gonna come recap everything's been going on since the last time we were here in May, which has been a while. Do apologize. The last month, that vacation kind of ran right into the last Friday of the month, so I was like, I am not gonna be up to rescheduling this. And coming back after a 2-week vacation, you get super busy with everything you have to do for work, for the home stuff, everything, and just recovering from being on vacation for 2 weeks. But Montreal was great. A lot of stuff was had. Yeah. But yeah, it is TNF Season 5, Episode 6. I'll begin.
Here's for that.
Thank you, Faye. Appreciate it. So that's probably one of the main updates that's changed in the last 2 months. So give us a quick, what's going on with Faye? What have you been up to?
That?
Just pointing. That over there.
Because so I got them earlier this week, but you gotta prep for kittens. So I have a room that is connected to my room that's pretty small, 5 room standards anyway, that I had to kitten proof, and that took time. So that no longer has anything breakable in it, has plenty of hiding spots still for their comfort. Had to get a zipper door because one of the entrances is just an archway, so I had to get a thing that velcros all the way around and has a zipper entrance so I can keep them contained. And I still have already I lost one of them for 30 minutes yesterday. Just could not find Nimbus. Wait till they learn to climb. So I have a dresser, a fabric dresser. It's not a wood one. And they climb the back of the fabric dresser. They go between the wall and the dresser, and they deep up the sides. And then they'll push one drawer half out to slide into the drawer that's underneath it.
There you go. So now to climb, pretty much.
Yeah, they already know how to climb. What they don't know how to do is jump, it seems. There has not been any jumping. Which, honestly, I can handle climbing. I can't handle jumping, so I'm okay with this.
So, every time I know Monster's another jumper, so how was he always like that? Or did not want to jump?
Yes. Okay. Monster at no point in his life was ever able to jump.
Gotcha.
He was a kitten, and he tried to get up onto the couch. And the partner that I was with at the time that I got Monster was sitting on the couch, and Monster just straight up missed and just into his legs, and then climbed up his legs to the couch.
I remember this.
So, yeah.
Did he get tossed? I feel like he got tossed.
Yeah, so I was leaving that out. This is the only time I've ever been remotely violent towards a partner. I was in the kitchen putting up groceries because I just gone grocery shopping when this happened. And he grabbed Monster, who was still attached to his legs, and tossed him. And I know it was reflex. It was, ow, knives in leg, grab, toss, but Monster hit the wall. Yeah. And I didn't think. I had my keys in my hand because I had just gotten home a couple minutes ago, and I turned around and I tossed those, and my keys went right by his head.
Pinto does that to Doug all the time.
Don't throw my cat!
Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
Not throwing cat, but Pinto kind of goes at Doug's leg when he's at the computer. So
yeah.
Okay. So do you want to go elaborate on the story too? How the cat distribution system kind of fell into your lap?
For these two?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was actually already looking to get a new cat. It's been, little over, no, it's been right out of a year since Monster passed away. So I was like, okay, I think I'm finally ready. I was only looking to get one, but I was kind of having some problems because Pennsylvania is weird, and a lot of these shelters, if it's a kitten, they don't let you just adopt one. They make you adopt pairs, which is wild. I've never seen that before. but it also doubles the price. And also, cats are expensive here. Why is it like a minimum of $125 to adopt a kitten, and then they want you to adopt 2 of them to spend $250?
That's true.
Like, that's crazy. Anyway, side story. So I was already like looking around, trying to find like maybe just a slightly older cat. I was kind of giving up on kitten. I was like, okay, maybe I can get an older one, and they'll let me just adopt the one, because I honestly wasn't wanting to. And a guy that I actually dated like a year ago messaged me out of the blue. I haven't talked to him in forever. Out of the blue, and was just like, hey, I remember that you like cats. There's a lady by my work who's trying to trap this kitten. Would you be interested in taking it? Because she has no one to take it. I'm like, okay, send pics. And at first, all he was talking about was Nyx, because he knew that I had a black cat and thought I'd be maybe like, oh, she'll take the other black cat. But the picture had both of them in it, and I was like, oh, there's a second kitten. And he's like, yeah, they seem to be pretty tight. I only ever see them together. And I'm like thinking in my head, okay, they're bonded. If I take one, I have to take the other. And so he gave me the number for the lady that was doing the trapping. She and I started communicating. She confirmed that they only go together. Like, she's never seen them apart. So it's like, okay, if you get both, I'll take both. Thus, Nyx and Nimbus. And they are exceptionally attached to each other. Nimbus is more attached to Nyx than Nyx is to Nimbus.
I can see that. So have you ever, I'm assuming, because this is not new territory for you, right? Because you've ever raised a cat, kind of.
Monster was a street urchin, yeah. And so was Midna.
Yeah.
So anybody who had been around on my channel for a while, more recently, like if you'd been there like a year ago, you would recognize Monster. Midna you wouldn't recognize unless you had been part of my community like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But both of them I've found on the side of the road in Tacoma.
Well, there you go. So you have experience in this matter. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and
all right.
That was another reason she was so comfortable giving them to me, because she described them as being very spicy. Whenever she would try to get to them, they would be all like hissy and spitty. I've never gotten a hiss out of them.
Oh, really? No.
Not a hiss, not a bite, not a swipe.
Well, there you go. They seem very calm so far. Like, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, they're not happy. They're still terrified. They were feral as of Tuesday morning.
Right. That's true.
So, like, while they may appear calm, I need you to know I can feel their heartbeats pounding against me. They are unhappy. They are terrified. So for the most part, I'm letting them do their own thing. When I'm in that space, I'll leave the door open between their room and my room, just so they can kind of get used to me being nearby, but not like on top of them. But I'm trying to not interact with them too much while they gain the courage to explore themselves.
That's a very long process, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not going to probably venture out for me to see them for a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. It'll probably be even longer than that before they come near me. And several weeks after that before I actually introduce them to you.
Gotcha.
Because... cats don't like change like that. You got to do things slow.
Indeed. Okay, so that's been pretty much the rundown. The big changes happened over the last 2 months. All right. So for me, I went on vacation last month, so that's why we're doing this in July and not June. So we weren't there. It was a good trip to Montreal. Spent 2 weeks there. Exposed to a lot of French. As Faye said, yes, that's true, because French is Canada's main language. So yeah, but it was a good trip, fun. Ate a lot of food as usual. Drove a lot from Montreal. Comparison to a big city, I feel like it's any big city, like Philadelphia or Chicago. It's like a very dense populated area. But yeah, culture was good. It's good to get out of town. Probably would have gone, if I had a choice again, to go to Montreal. I probably would have gone to Quebec, because Quebec probably is more older, more, I guess, in that style of, when the cities were actually forming. So if we go back to Quebec. But it was a long car ride with Teslas all the way there. So I made it there, and we're doing a lot of supercharging in Montreal, because that's all you can do there. Well, all you can do for cars when you don't have a place to charge. But yeah, that was it. But then coming back was the work was kind of like super busy. So instead of trying to schedule like a podcast right after coming back, I was like, we're just gonna wait till the end of the month now because it's the way to go. Yeah. Other than that, nothing else really. I don't think there were updates. I did cut hair, and I think Faith also complimented it because it's a new
He's
style.
got a cockatoo
Yeah, but I got a cockatoo flap. I don't know if you can tell, but the hair is the front, and my front hair is not.
It doesn't look bad. It looks good, but I'm gonna make fun of the cockatoo flap.
I know it's a cockatoo flap. So, but I got tired of my hair and wanted to get a haircut, and showed up. And I guess when you show up and something's different about you, you got a haircut. So immediately as I walk in the door. So yeah. But yeah, that's about it. And pretty much low key. It's been same old. The cats are the new addition to the household, so we're kind of just like. Faye yesterday was texting me like at least a couple hours, like, "How's it going? How's the cats?" And I haven't heard anything back there.
It was the first day since having them that I left the house. Okay, forgive me for being a worried cat mom.
No problem.
It's no different than when a woman has a baby and puts it in daycare for the first time.
I would agree. Probably.
It's like, send me updates. How's he doing? Is he okay? Is he getting along with the other kids?
Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the main update for this. We were about, I think, before this kind of cat distribution system, we were going to, I guess, look at cats, and then I guess before that, I guess there weren't any perfect cats the first time we looked, so we're kind of like held up, and then this happened. So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because we did go Thursday, and then I got the message about these two on Friday, because we were going to go to a different place on Friday, and I was like, hey, about that, how about we just go buy cat food instead?
So yeah, that's how it happens. All right, so today's episode, as I said on the announcements, about the Odyssey. So the Odyssey is a movie by Christopher Nolan. It just came out recently. It has very ensemble cast, and also say neither me or Faye have seen it, but it's probably across our social feeds at some point, and we've seen tidbits about it. It stars Matt Damon as the main protagonist. The ensemble cast includes like Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, John Leguizamo. There's like so many people. I was reading the list in this movie. Some people star maybe like only for like 4 minutes or 5 minutes at most. But it's been a long time since I remembered the Odyssey. Do you know the gist of the Odyssey? Can we kind of go over it, Faye, if you know? How do you remember?
I mean,
is it just like the Trojan horse? I don't know if you can remember the Odyssey.
the Trojan horse is part of the Iliad, I believe.
No, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Odyssey starts right at the end of the war when everyone's leaving to go home.
Oh,
and then
so
like, because the Iliad is the book that's about the Trojan War.
Oh, the Trojan. No,
and that's where the horse is. The horse is the Trojan War.
The horse.
But it is not. Yeah, so the Odyssey is like a sequel to the the Iliad is about like Helen and I can never remember how to pronounce his name. Mendaeus?
Okay.
I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Anyway, but it's about like the actual war and trying to get Helen back and all of that stuff. Amadeus, I think that's what his name is.
Oh yeah, Amadeus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then like the Trojan and Odysseus is part of that. but he's not the main character of the Iliad. He does get kind of like his hand gets forced because of like allied deals and things like that. He gets forced to go to war with them because he's an ally of Amadeus, so he has to go, and that's like how he ends up over there, but he's not the main character of it. And then the Odyssey is, you know, the Trojan War is done, Troy has fallen, and everyone's going home, and now we follow Odysseus on his trek to get back to Ithaca. And that man desperately needs to fire whoever it is that was supposed to be his navigator, because they are trash at their jobs. If you look it up sometime. Look at the map. That if you follow the Odyssey tale, the map that he of how his path had to have gone, it's like Troy is here, Ithaca's here, and this man goes like he passes it for a while and then comes back.
There we go. All right. So the Odyssey with the return trip from Troy.
Yes.
I guess they probably they only like just for how you describe it for theatrical means. They'd want to kind of portray the horse. Again, we haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how that kind of plays into this movie.
A lot of adaptations of the Odyssey will start at the horse because the horse was Odysseus's idea. Okay. One of the reasons why Amadeus forced his hand and made him go to war with them is because Odysseus was considered to be the most brilliant of the Greeks. Like, he was known, like, dude was strong. The only person that was considered stronger than him was Achilles, and everybody knows about Achilles, right? Mm-hmm. But even being that strong, that's not what Odysseus was known for. So imagine being only one dude is known for being stronger than you, but you're known for something different. That's how smart Odysseus was.
Okay. So the story is pretty epic. So are you surprised that a movie has now come out again after some time since the last time? I think the last time was like 19. When was the last time Odyssey came out? Let's see. Odyssey. Let me double check this because I know I looked this up, but I just don't remember when the last time Odyssey came out. Or was it TV show?
This is just the most. This is the most recent one that's actually said that it was an Odyssey. It is not the most recent Odyssey. People actually have seen other movies that are basically the Odyssey and not realized it. One that I can think of that people will disagree with me with until you sit and think about it. If you've ever seen the movie Dude, Where's My Car? Think of all the bullshit they get into in that movie, trying to find a car that's basically parked across the street.
True.
It's a silly adaptation, but it is an Odyssey story.
There you go. Well, not like it's an adaptation. Even though Old Brother Where Art Thou is probably based on the Odyssey too, right? Did you ever see that one or no?
I haven't seen that one, so I can't speak on it.
Okay, so Old Brother.
To be clear, I only saw Dude, Where's My Car against my will. So.
Okay. Old Brother Where Art Thou was George Clooney. Kind of based on 1930 in the South, where escaped convicts search for hidden treasure while relentless lawman pursues them. So also is a similar kind of adaptation to the Odyssey storyline. But I feel like this is the most recent entry in this. But I mean, just on the story itself, are you surprised that another kind of iteration of this has come out at all? Or
not really. Like when you mean do you mean like direct adaptation? Am I surprised about that, or just like the plot? Is what I'm confused what you're asking.
The plot, like another adaptation.
No, I'm not surprised that it's coming. It's one of the most popular stories of all time, if not the most popular. But there's also a running theory in literature that there's actually only 7 stories that exist, and every single story is just a retelling of one of those 7, or maybe a combination of the 7. But there's only 7 stories. There's only 7 plots that exist.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. So, in terms of like another Odyssey, I guess, inspired, see Epic the musical, and I know you're a big fan.
I am a huge fan of Epic the musical.
So, can you kind of go over how that came to be and what that's entailed? We were listening to it probably when I started the pre-show, so I was listening to some of it. But what's your spin on Epic the musical?
So one thing I'm going to say, there's going to be people who will disagree with me, and you're wrong. If Epic the musical didn't exist, Nolan's Odyssey doesn't exist. So Epic the musical started about 3-4 years ago, somewhere in there, like 3.5 probably. Just a dude on TikTok, what's it called? Vlogging his creative process, because he had been a longtime fan of the Odyssey since he had read it in high school, and he likes music, and he wanted to write a musical about this because that's a type of adaptation that hadn't been done yet for it. And it was just him going through the process of things and kind of documenting it on TikTok, and he grew a following as he did things with it, and like a lot of the stuff from the early days did never make it into the what's now considered the official release. There are entire, like, the songs that started it didn't make it in, and now I think it averages like a couple million listens a month. And so, like, I hear people arguing, like, oh, like Epic's a small thing. It's a fan creation. When you're getting millions of listens a month just on Spotify, Hollywood's going to take notice. Because that means that's what people are into. Hollywood is always trying to capitalize on what is currently popular.
That makes sense. So that's what you feel like. Okay, and Epic's the musical adaptation is never been done before. Do you think it's also going to be made into a movie eventually, or? So
there is a animated movie that is being worked on right now.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
But
on it? Anything else you know about it, or?
In which one?
Oh, the Epic animated.
I don't know anything about the animated movie other than that it is being worked on, and that it's going to have the music that Jorge made in it. Mm-hmm. But I haven't really looked into it because, like, knowing all of the music and having seen the animatics that, like, Jorge, who's the creator of Epic, Jorge commissioned animatics for every song, like all the songs after like the second saga he put out. He started commissioning animatics, and whenever he would hire an artist to do one of the animatics, he sent them tons of references. He's like, I want them to, like, at this point they move like this, they look like this, their actions, like, he would take video of himself doing what he wanted animated and send it to the artist. So, like, having seen all of those as they were coming out as well, I have a pretty good idea of what, like, the vision is supposed to be, and I'm trying to not look too much into the movie that's coming out because I know it's going to draw a lot from that, and I already have a lot of spoilers, so I'm trying to give myself something that will be new.
Okay. All right. So about the Odyssey itself, I mean, it's a classic story, right? So, like, are we
like 3,000 years old?
Yeah, well, I mean, 3,000 years old, but has been retold many times. And then, are you familiar with Christopher Nolan's work? Besides,
vaguely, I know he did the Batman movies. I know he's also the one behind Inception, which I've never actually seen. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, I don't know what he's done.
All right, well, Christopher Nolan's known for his big action, like, style and everything. And some of the things I've looked online about the movie, how one of the Matt Damon's, like, stunt double was a woman, but shorter, to base on this, but also make sure that the giants were actually people that were 7 foot tall. So, like, the perspective of someone like who's like not as tall as him, but shorter to play. Like it was a really buff woman.
The juxtaposition.
The juxtaposition of that kind of like angle and everything. So, but and then
Mhm.
also with the Trojan horse, they actually stuffed all the people into the horse to kind of just like I guess portray that scene. So he's done things where the action scenes, everything's pretty not CGI at all. So pretty real to the video or the film, and everyone says so far it's been a good movie. So, but then with the cast ensemble, some people even have like really short roles because they're only there for maybe a couple minutes or longer. But the cast ensemble, if you don't know, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, John Leguizamo. Let me see what else is in here. I was looking at it, and I'm escaping of who else is in
See,
this
I
movie.
at least had heard of all those names until you got to the last one. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Elliot Page is also in there. Charlize Theron. See anyone else that Faye might know? I think it was John Burtonfall. Yeah, John Leguizamo is the what else he was in? He was in Too Long Fu, Thanks for Everything, Romeo and Juliet. The Pest. He was Spawn and Spawn too. So he's like so many movies. He doesn't connect movies to names mostly.
I don't watch very many movies unless somebody's like, "Hey, watch this with me."
True, very true. And Mitch Patel, Ryan Hurst. So there's a lot. The list goes on. There's so many actors in this. They may have maybe like small roles, or we're in longer roles for the entire movie. So yeah, I think like just having to be in a Christopher Nolan film is going to get a lot of attention, and people are going to probably go see it and rate on based on movies that he's made before, because movies made before,
yeah, probably
it's been pretty good. But I think like just the whole cast entirely is just like, if you've been watching movies, you're like, oh, I know that person. so it's very interesting. And I think even with John Burtonfall and Tom Holland, they're also in Spider-Man. So yeah, a lot of different connections in other films too. But yeah, so what about do we feel like, have we gone a lot of her like mythology and epic storytelling? Because I feel like we've gone back. So we've gone back to the Odyssey before. Was there anything else recent that you knew that was in the modern realm that we kind of went back into the story? Trying to think of the word.
I don't know.
I think in terms of the story
I can't think of anything.
It's epic enough, right? So that it can be retold and be new.
Well, yeah, like it's the most popular story I think ever written. So
yeah. What about Percy Jackson, the Olympic? Well,
I never read those books.
Never read those.
I've heard great things. I would love to, but I've never actually read them.
Yeah. But yeah, Well Brother We're Out Ya was reset of the Homer's Odyssey, but it made it as a Mad Cat musical comedy. You would probably like that if you ever saw Oh Brother We're Out Ya. I think I have it on DVD somewhere, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like even, well, not an old one, but The Matrix. The Matrix was also kind of mirrored the descent of Orpheus into a sci-fi metal. I left that button on for you, Doug. Hope you appreciate that. The button machine has to go off. But yeah, it mirrors the other descent of Orpheus inside of sci-fi computer simulations. A very similar realm. So I guess some stories can have juxtapositions for modern telling. But yeah, do you think this is going to be prestige film, a blockbuster, or both? So
I think it depends on who you are talking to. So I want to clarify right now for everybody listening that I have not seen Nolan's Odyssey myself yet. that any opinions that I state are based off of what I have heard about the film from others. On that note, though, I do follow like literary PhDs and like people whose job it is to break down media and things like that. And of the people that I follow across the board, the consensus seems to be, if you turn your brain off and don't think about it, it's a pretty movie that's fun enough to watch. But if you think about it for more than like 2 minutes, the movie is lackluster.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
the kind
Mhm.
version of the reviews that I am seeing. Nolan has been kind of going around, and y'all can fact check this if you want, but he's been going around invoking the name of a woman named Emily Wilson, who's the first woman ever to fully translate the Odyssey into English. It had never been done before. So he keeps going on and on about how he used her translation of the Odyssey as inspiration for his version of the movie. He never contacted that woman during filming or at any point beforehand. He just suddenly now starts using her name. That woman has wrote a piece about the Nolan Odyssey movie, and she fucking hates it. She has ripped him to shreds.
All right.
She says, if you want to boil it down, she's basically says that Nolan has ripped everything that made the Odyssey a complex piece of literature and dumbed it down to celebrating one man's war crimes.
All right.
So,
yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this pans out because we both have not seen it, but it has been over social media very immensely since this just came out. But do you think is this version actually at all culturally relevant in 2026 currently?
do I think it's what?
Culturally relevant.
If you watch it the way that he intends you to watch it, based on what I've been seeing, no, not at all.
Okay.
If you watch it with the critiques in mind of the people that I have been seeing, actually, it's quite relevant. But it's on a meta level, so I'm going to say no, probably not. I think that this was Nolan trying to capitalize on, because like the Odyssey, he announced the Odyssey movie when Epic was putting out I think the second to last saga had just dropped when they announced Nolan's Odyssey. So when that was at its height of popularity, like YouTube had to give Jorge like a special bandwidth when he would do the live streams, because he did a live stream every time he dropped the sagas. They had to give him like special bandwidth permissions because so many people would view it that it was actually crashing YouTube. So like I'm like that was strategic.
Yeah, I think so. But you're probably right. I mean, the timing of it is very like at the tail end of the Epic musical and dropping, so trying to capitalize off that because it's in people's minds currently and everything. Yeah, so that's pretty. Yeah, I would see that's probably how it makes it relevant today. But yeah, all right. So we're gonna move away from the Odyssey and also now trying to dive into Faye's current hyperfixation. She probably is the cats, I imagine, but
I mean, yes and no with the cats. I don't really have to hyper focus because I already know what I'm doing with them, and giving them space is the best thing for them right now. So like while I'm definitely keeping them in mind a lot, I'm trying to not hyper focus on them because that will do more harm than good in trying to get them to feel comfortable. That does mean my attention is kind of split at the moment. So I would say right now it is between the kitties. There's a crochet project that I'm trying to start up. I have been watching The Mandalorian with somebody, and I'd never seen it before. And it's that person's favorite TV show. And I like it. It's good. Like, I'm enjoying watching it. But I am going to crochet them a Mando and a Grogu.
Oh, nice.
So I have most of the yarns. There's one that I'm waiting to come in because it was out of stock. So all the colors, except for one. I don't have a brown. And then I also don't have a crochet hook that's small enough, so I have to get that fixed as well. And then I'm gonna make this, and then hopefully I'll be able to show it to you guys next podcast.
Nice. What's your current thoughts on The Mandalorian so far? How's you seen? What are your current thoughts on The Mandalorian so far?
I think we just finished season 2.
Okay.
I believe. And I'm really confused because there's another season after this. But Grogu just left. And how are we going to have The Mandalorian with no Grogu? He was the heart of the show. Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. But I cried. I'm like, what do you mean? We just got him back. And he's leaving.
That's funny. Everyone probably has seen it, and we're not going to say anything to spoil anything, but yeah. She's like, yes, Grogu is this part of The Mandalorian. You can't do that. So we'll see what happens when you get to season 3. Doug says you gotta get Boba Fett. Like, did you know, does the person want to show you Boba Fett? Because Boba Fett kind of is in the same universe.
Yeah, I've met him. Yeah, we've met him. He tries to help get Grogu back. When Grogu was kidnapped, Boba Fett helps go get him, and then as soon as they rescue him, he leaves. But
there's a whole series also on Boba Fett by himself. So The Mandalorian kind of comes in. Yeah. So it's another series. I'm
not going to make any promises that I'm going to watch that, but I will keep it in mind.
Okay, there you go. All right, so are you a big fan of Pedro Pascal at all yet, or not yet?
Who's that?
The Mandalorian. Yeah.
Oh. I think that answers your question.
There you go. That answers my question entirely. There's like a clip for later, probably. Who's that? Everyone in the audience is cringing now. It's like, she doesn't know The Mandalorian.
Look, to be fair, I don't know famous people, nor do I care to. I will recognize them, if I know them at all, I recognize them by the name of the character from whatever movie or TV show I know them from. Like, that's it. I don't need to know their names. That's not important to me.
There you go. All right. We'll see. I mean, I guess we'll see how your reaction to season 3 and what happens then. Because you're in for a ride.
I expect I am. I bawled like a baby at the end of season 2.
Oh, really? What happened right at the end of season 2? Where they got him back?
They saved him and then he left with the Jedi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that scene. Yep. Mm.
I was like, no, wait, no, he just got him. What do you mean? And yeah, legitimately bawled like a baby. I have a lot of emotions.
Okay, so crocheting, new project, watching The Mandalorian for the first time, and on the side is watching the cats. So, all right, so current fixation's going on. All right, so we're gonna kind of pop culture lightning round. I know there's something you want to talk between this, but we're gonna go through a couple of questions. I think
this is more you.
That's more me? Oh, yeah.
I think pop culture is more you, my friend.
All right, so what do you think is the biggest pop culture story this week?
This week?
Yeah, this week.
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Well, if anyone was watching for Spider-Man Brand New Day, it's been teased that Sadie Sink's character, like, it's been like marketing not to reveal this for the whole movie. One of the actors, or I guess was in the movie on the red carpet, gets asked this question about which character is your favorite, and he says Jean, and we're all like, was he supposed to say that? But so Jean Grey, if for anyone doesn't know, was one of the X-Men, also a telepath, also a redhead. So it kind of confirms that maybe that is probably, I mean, everyone probably guessed that is probably true. That is probably possibly Jean Grey. Other than that, I think just with Spider-Man coming out, that's pretty much topping everything. The Odyssey in full swing. It's probably also kind of being on top at the moment. So,
Wait,
yeah.
I have a question. At the end of one of the last Marvel movies, I don't remember which one, I haven't watched most of them, it had an after credit thing that showed people from X-Men. So why are people like, shock, it might be an X-Man? We knew this. I don't even watch that many movies, and I'm like, yeah. Duh.
Well, like, it was because the fact that it probably hasn't been introduced into the main universe yet. So, like, one of the movies where they came to X-Men, I think Monica Rambeau, her character, gets thrusted into another dimension and meets, like, Beast, who's one of the X-Men from the movie. So, like, but yeah, like, the X-Men has been under Fox's domain for the longest, and Marvel is now able to acquire the rights to use those characters now. So
yeah, just like they did with Spider-Man.
Yeah, so this is the first foray into it. So I mean, everyone's been guessing, but now it's kind of confirmed. Like, the way they did the marketing, she wasn't really able to answer the question of who your character is, who she's playing. Just kind of like had to beat around the bush. So
wait, who was this again?
Oh, Sadie Sink from Stranger Things.
No, I don't know that.
Redhead. No, we're talking about the famous actress. Never watched Stranger Things either. So, but yeah,
I saw the first season.
No, she was in the first season. Okay.
Well, that's why I don't know her.
There you go.
It's the only season I've seen.
All right, hold on. Let me pull a picture up real quick.
Yeah, send me a picture. I need to know who we're talking about.
I'll send her take a picture on it. Send me a picture so she knows. 1 second.
Your chat is gonna hate me after this. This is why we don't talk pop culture all that often, or usually if they're, usually it's like a guest and Ty talking pop culture, and Faye keeps her mouth shut.
Okay. Send you a picture.
Yeah, she don't look familiar at all. Who are you?
Oh, yeah. I don't think Faye watched past season 1.
I did not.
Pure there. Season 2. That's probably why. She's like, oh, season 2. There we go. Never watched past season 1. But yeah, I think as most of it's currently on there. So what's actually dominating social media versus what people think is dominating social media? I do not know. I mean, there's a lot of, what do you think?
I don't feel like I can really speak on what's dominating social media, because my social media algorithms are all highly curated. So I don't tend to see things that, like, everybody's talking about this, and I'm like, ooh. And then I'll go search whatever it is, and it's like, oh, just, 2 billion people were talking about it, and I missed the memo.
Yeah. It's probably the same thing. Like, some stuff, everyone's social media aspect is pretty much whatever is caters towards you and whatever you watch mostly. Because I feel like a lot of, when I've been scrolling, I don't know, maybe I've been liking and sending me videos about red pandas. Now pandas are like dominating my feed entirely of that. And then a lot of things with like sushi. Apparently I came across something, I don't know if they have seen this, a sushi pizza.
You sent it to me.
Oh, I did send it to you. That's true.
Yes, you did send it to me, and I was like, what in the...
But yeah, I feel like it's a very trend. I think one thing that's come across my feed is probably that I don't know. It's probably on the same vein of the. Do you remember the Hawk Tuah girl?
Yeah, that one did bleed into my algorithm a bit.
So there's a one that's bleeding in my algorithm a little bit about this girl that was at a foam party that's in a red bikini that's kind of gone viral.
Okay.
So
Nope.
it has penetrated her feed. So like it's been like a very short clip where it's just like the facial expressions when she's like, I guess someone sprayed her back with like something, like maybe something for the foam. She turns around and gives this like expression, and it's gone viral. And she's probably like now been pursued like by many like, I guess, product firms or people trying to get her to promote their product. So she's hired people. I don't know.
That's insane.
But yeah, it's happened. That was one of the other things that's been dominating the feeds too. I don't know where else. It's kind of very particular because social media trends are very particular to anyone who is currently in their
My
TikTok
social
feeds.
media is educational stuff, politics, and cats.
And cats.
And cats.
There you go. Yeah, it's a little everything going on. But yeah, so anything about any movies or shows that people worth talking about right now? Faye? Movies or shows?
I mean, the only movies that I'm hearing about are the Odyssey movies and Obsession. Obsession has been in my feed for like 2 months now.
Yeah, do you explain to me a little bit? What is the session again?
So Obsession is a movie about a guy who makes a wish on what looks to be a children's toy called a One Wish Willow. And it ends up actually working. And his wish was to force a woman to love him. And then things go poorly. And there's a lot of discussions happening about that. The ones that I'm really surprised that I keep seeing pop up is people trying to say that the dude is not the villain of the movie for somehow. He's very much the villain of the movie. That's not up for debate.
Robin Williams told Doug that was impossible and allowed.
Yeah, no, and this is the movie that explains why you can't do that. Because the way he words the wish is, I wish Nikki loved me more than anybody else. And anybody else also includes herself. So, like, the only person she loves now is the guy that makes the wish. And, like, will do things to the point of harming herself if it means keeping his attention, because she is now obsessed because of his own creation. And even when he starts to see the drawbacks of his own wish, at no point does he try to release her from the wish. All he tries to do is make it easier on himself. So it's pretty horrific. It is very interesting. I am now incorporating people's opinions on this movie on if there's somebody that I would feel safe talking to.
Okay.
Like, genuinely speaking, there are like a couple things that I would want to ask about this movie, and depending on their answer is if you're someone who I could be friends with, or if you're someone I would cover my drink whenever you come around.
Gotcha. This came out in 2025, but it's still pretty relevant today.
Did it come out in 2025? I feel like it came out recently. I don't think it came out in 20.
Hold on. I'm looking at other things in it. 26, you're probably right. This is recent.
Yeah, it's like in the last couple months that it came out.
Yeah, May 15th, so at least 3 months.
And I know that the people who wrote this pay attention to TikTok because the dude's name is Bear.
Oh, really? Wait, why is that relevant?
Because a couple years ago, there was a question that was going around TikTok where people were asking women, would you rather be alone in the woods with a man or a bear, like a random man or a random bear? And a lot of men were losing their shit because damn near universally women were picking the bear.
Ah, okay. Understood. Okay, that was interesting. I haven't heard about it, but I guess it's classified as like a horror genre.
Yes,
film?
It is a horror movie.
Yeah. I'd rather hang out with a bear, not friend. Why friend shaped? Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, had you ever heard that question, Ty? Did that never cross your feed when that was happening?
Never crossed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's wild.
What? No, really? Okay.
That's genuinely surprising that you never heard that.
Was it?
Like I said, it was like, I mean, I still hear people talking about it now, but it was like really, really big like 2 years ago.
No, never.
Because it was like, it was universal. Like, I have a friend who doesn't have social media at all. Not an Instagram, not a Facebook, nothing. And they worked with me. And at the time, like when it was really big, I was like, hey, you're not on social media at all. You're not influenced by any of this. I have a question I want to pose for you just to see what your answer is. Because I was kind of wanting to see if this was a social media phenomenon or if it was really like pretty much every woman. And I didn't even finish getting the question out. And she was already like, the bear, 100%. I was like, okay, so this is just a woman issue. Got it.
Doug says Ty isn't a woman or a horrible man, so of course he hasn't heard it.
That's true. That's a conversation me and Ty have had to have. I'll be going off about something some man did that pissed me off, and he'll be like, well, and I'm like, I'm not counting you, Ty.
I know. Everyone's like, talking about me too? I don't know.
No.
All right. So, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I haven't heard about this or even that question being asked. So, all right. So, I married a man-hater and a guy.
Dude, no, but Doug, you're right. If you're a guy and you date women and you manage to date a man-hater, wife her up because she hates every man on the planet except you. You did something to set yourself apart. Don't fuck it up.
There we go. All right. Let's see. Any upcoming releases actually feel like life-like events? I don't know if anything I know is coming up is going to be actual.
Wait.
True.
Wait, what? What are we doing?
Like upcoming releases actually feel like events. Like actual life events, I guess. No.
I don't know where we're at in the full schedule anymore. I'm lost.
Pop culture round.
Okay.
Which upcoming releases actually feel like events?
Oh. I haven't had a release feel like an event since like 2012.
2012.
I've been burned too much. 2007 Halo 2. For me, it was Final Fantasy 14 2.0. That was the last thing that I was like hyped for. I'm like ready for. I took off work for that.
Okay, so like that. No, I have not participated in an event in ever. I think the last like major release event I was even a part of was the release of Breaking Dawn of the Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series, and I was actually working in the bookstore.
Oh,
and there was such a big event for that at the Borders bookstore back in the day. Yeah. But nothing now that I know. It's been epic. And then a lot of talk about Avengers Doomsday, but then I don't know. It just seems like everyone, Doug even complains that he's told me this too about Avengers was good up until Endgame, and now it's kind of gone downhill with all the Marvel films. But I don't know. maybe the opinion to behold. Did they ever figure out about why they were playing baseball? No idea. No idea. Entirely. But yeah. So nothing. I feel like maybe there was hype about Spider-Man coming up, so we will see how it goes. But nothing as a big event currently. So is there anything else? Anything on streaming generating real buzz, or is everyone just scrolling past everything? Like, anything really stand out to you?
Not really. So I don't really like watching things that are new, especially on streaming, because these companies will put out a season, maybe two, and they'll leave it on a cliffhanger, and then they just cancel it, and it's just over, and it makes me angry. So now, if you want me to watch it, it either needs to be completed or it needs to be 100% self-contained within a season.
Okay.
Like they burned their bridge, they lost their goodwill. I don't give things a shot anymore, because why would I?
Me watching Vox Machina, I was also disappointed in season 4 ending.
Is it getting a season 5 or did it get canceled?
Good question.
Like, I'm not saying that this didn't happen before streaming, because it did. Like, Firefly is a great example of, TV getting canceled before the fans were ready for it to end. But it has gotten exponentially worse because of streaming.
I agree. Well, I think the big one for me that probably got caught, one of course was the whole, I guess, era of when they brought back Star Trek with the current showrunner. Now it's kind of like Raiders of Tank, Starfleet Academy has only gone 2 seasons, it was canceled. So they're kind of going to reboot the Star Trek franchise, but it's going to probably have to be different than the current era. But they still, Strange New World started season 4, they have season 5, and Star Trek Academy still has season 2 left in the wings. But season 2 of Starfleet Academy was kind of like, I guess, bridging the topic of homosexuality in the future, so it hasn't been brought up as much. So they're kind of going the, I guess, treading new ground, and I guess not many people were receptive to that, trudging for such a classic series, I think. But yeah, I felt it was good. It was entertaining. I'm one of the people just entertainment. If you entertain me enough, I will watch. So simple enough.
Wait, are you saying Star Trek was being progressive and people were getting mad about it? Is that what I'm understanding?
Because they did
sorry.
it.
If you're a Star Trek fan and you don't like Star Trek being progressive, you're not a Star Trek fan. You haven't been paying attention. Star Trek has always been progressive. That is the core heart of Star Trek. So if you are mad about that, you need to go back to school. You need more education.
Yeah. But yeah, because I think the way they did it kind of threw people for a loop, because it was a Klingon who was more interested in males. And I was just I guess everyone was it's a very progressive way to look at it, and where the storyline of where Klingons are at that point in time, it's very they're not as the strong people that they were in early Star Trek. They're more splintered and separated and refugees. So, but yeah, it was one of the things where Star Trek's kind of gone that route, and they kind of canceled the show, and now they're trying to reboot it because I think Paramount still owns the rights. So they're trying to figure out what to do. They said a movie is supposed to be coming out soon for Star Trek, but it's not based on anything current. And they even might be going into the era between the Next Generation, or after the classic series and the Next Generation, because it's a big time gap between things that happen. So we will see Star Trek when they come back one way or another, but we don't know. Are people more excited about theaters again, or is streaming still won the culture war? Like, what do you think? People still going to movie theaters, or just now days where they just more streaming things online?
In my experience, most people are moving away from streaming, but I don't think that means that theaters are coming back. I think that people who left theaters because it was too expensive and streaming was cheaper are not going back to the theater. They're just giving up that kind of entertainment. Like, those people are moving to like just watching stuff on YouTube because now it's too expensive to do streaming because I wasn't gonna say that, Doug, but you were correct. But it's like every studio has their own streaming service. They're all $12 to $20. The $12 tiers all have ads. The ads are more frequent and annoying than they were back when we were watching cable. Like I think that streaming is dying, but so are movie theaters, because movie theaters are also prohibitively expensive nowadays for like most people, especially when you have people like Nolan, like that. Oh, back to something on the Odyssey. Nolan decided to film the Odyssey on a type of film that there are only like, I think 11 theaters in all of the US that can actually show the movie the way that it was filmed and intended to be watched. And every other theater is literally like, okay, so like if you can see me, everything above my hand and everything below my hand would be cut off. And you would only see what's between. So like people showing the screen cap from like when the Giants are there, and you literally can't see the Giants' heads because they're up here. And so they're just fucking headless.
Yeah.
Stupid. And even if you're at one of the theaters that technically can play the movie because of the ratios, even then, some of the projectors cannot handle it because they were designed to show it that ratio for like short-ish documentaries. So you're like at about an hour for a documentary. And this is like a full-length movie. It's a 2-hour movie. And some of those projectors are overheating trying to play the movie, and they'll just shut off. And then it takes hours for the machine to cool down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is so stupid.
Well, there you go. All right. Do you know, is any current internet argument of the week that you're aware of? I don't become aware of any.
Current internet argument?
Yes.
Oh, I know of one fairly sized one and one much smaller one.
Okay.
Teach him about the bear. Wait. Oh, that's an old argument. He was asking about a current one. So, this does touch on politics a little. I'm not going to make an argument. I'm just letting you know what the arguments are. So there is a discussion right now about straight people being unwilling to date bi people, specifically straight women being unwilling to date bi men. And the counter argument is, if you're a straight person and you're unwilling to date a bi person, you're just homophobic. And so I'm watching the back and forth, and I very much have an opinion. Okay. And because Ty has asked me to not get political on here, I'm not going to go into it. But I'm watching the ping pong back and forth happening between the two. And I just got to say, some people are crazy. A much smaller one that I'm seeing is there is a creator on TikTok. Her name is Jen Hamilton. Lovely woman. She is a nurse in labor and delivery and a patient advocate. So like her job is to make sure that the doctors do not do anything that the pregnant person does not want them to do. She was married to someone for like, I can't remember exactly how long, over 10 years. She had been supporting him. He had like stopped working because he had been having some mental health, like depression or something like that. So she had, we're married. I agree to let you stop working. You can stay home with the kids. I'll pick up extra shifts at the hospital. She's also a really big YouTube creator. She's also now a best-selling author, like on the New York Times. Lovely woman. She is like a few weeks ago, took it down within 2 hours. She was like having a breakdown and posted it on TikTok because her husband had kind of blindsided her asking for a divorce. And now it has come out that not only did he blindside her, but the entire time he's been having a double life, and he was cheating on her with a woman 20 years older than them. And that's sparked a whole bunch of debate. Because like on the one hand, people are like, because the woman is in her 50s, so people are like, oh, not him. Because Jen is a very lovely, very beautiful woman. So people are like, not him cheating with grandma because, when he had this gorgeous woman at home. And I get what people are trying to say, but also we should not be age shaming a woman. Like, there are a lot of things you can say bad about this woman because she knew he was a married man and still slept with him. But let's not age shame. But that's like, it's got a whole bunch of debate happening around that. Also, there's like, it gets deep. There's a whole bunch of different angles that are happening. Yeah, it's like, I had beef with the woman because she knew he was married and still slept with him. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's homewrecker. Like, if the woman don't know, she's not done anything wrong. Don't say anything bad. But she knew. Not only did she know he was married, she knew that there were children.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So yeah. But that's a more niche side of TikTok.
Yeah.
But it is a problem, and apparently there's somebody else who's like famous who has also recently gotten cheated on. So like the guy from over here got cheated on, and he's like making like, I mean, we could all tell they're jokes, but he's like, hey, like, you got cheated on, I got cheated on, let's just get married since we went through the same trauma.
All right. Interesting.
That's the drama I know. I'm sorry.
Yes, sorry. All right. So, what's the current aesthetic our trend our people are leaning into currently?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. There's a lot of things, right? I don't know. Anything current?
Like, it really depends. There's a line happening that I'm seeing. And if you're on one side of the line, the current aesthetic is clean girl, tough guy, trad wife, blue collar, like very heavy lean into that. Homesteading. On the other side, you're getting more like bring back whimsy. So like wear the weird clothes, do the weird makeup, say the weird thing. Just kind of like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it other than just like whimsy core.
Whimsy core.
Yeah, no, like these are the people that are very much like go dance in the rain, even if everybody's staring at you, be the loudest person at the concert.
Yeah.
Like, be yourself and be it loud.
Yeah. Yep.
And these are there's a very big divide between these two people. Or like these two groups. And I'm not going to go into what the divide is. I can tell you this. I'm on the whimsy core side.
Yeah. Oh, Doug's wife.
Doug's wife is also whimsy.
Yeah.
She knows what's up. Sounds like me and Doug's wife should be friends.
There you go.
Every time he mentions anything about her, I like her more and more. Tell your wife I said hi.
Hey, Nicole is the best, yes.
She sounds like it. Good job.
Okay, so interesting. I don't know any aesthetics. I'm just like, I just sit here and I just do stuff. And I just sit here. Nothing goes on in my world to influence in aesthetics. All right. So let's see. Are myth, fantasy, and epic storytelling having a comeback in general?
I'm not sure if I would say that. I think that the Odyssey coming out right now is just riding the coattails of Epic. But when Epic came out, we were at a different point. Like when Epic came out, those kind of things were having a comeback. Epic is still popular, but I don't know that I would say they're having a comeback so much.
Right.
I think it's died down a little bit and only like certain things have persisted.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't feel like, besides the Odyssey being out, yeah, nothing's really like, I don't think epic storytelling or fantasy or anything's kicked in. Even watching the movie trailers I was commenting on, like, there have been like redos of many movies over the ages. So now you probably don't know this movie. I've seen this before. It's Thomas Crown Affair. I was like, the Thomas Crown Affair is exactly the same movie that came out like back in the 90s, and they're doing it again for the same storyline. I was like, okay, Hollywood is just kind of recycling a lot of like movies or trends and just kind of redoing them again for a modern tale, which makes sense for audiences are now probably young enough they don't never known that there was an original. So more or less
my argument is that people do not have enough what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you have extra money, you know, like people don't have the extra money to be taking chances on something that they may or may not like. 'Cause I remember when I was, you know, a teenager, movies would come out. Yeah, maybe. I think if you go to art studios, like artistry studios, they still have like smaller studios. Big studios haven't put anything out in like a couple decades, Doug. But when I was like a teenager, bigger studios were kind of experimenting. Not like everything was an experiment. There was definitely still like safe remakes, but we would go just see the random, like, this is new, it's not a remake, it's just some weird thing that they put out, let's go check it out, because my local theater was only $8, you know? And now it's like $25 just for the tickets. Mm-hmm. And like that might be the only thing you get to do that month. So most people aren't going to risk it on the thing that's like, I don't really know about the trailer, you know?
Yeah. It's true. Like even Scrubs was a popular show, and now Scrubs is kind of coming back to re-introduce itself again. And like, yeah. I mean, like some stuff like that was popular back in the day is getting another chance. Even the Malcolm in the Middle has been like,
yeah. If it's not a remake, it's a reboot, or it's a 10 years later, 15 years later kind of thing.
I was like, He-Man was a popular children's show. It's gotten rebooted into live action. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Like not many things
expendable. That's the word I was looking for. That people don't have expendable money.
True. Yep. But yeah, I feel like the same thing. It's just like there's a lot of stuff that's coming out that was either maybe popular back when we were kids. Now it's trying to get a new light in the current age. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, I will say
Mhm.
a resurgence that's happening right now, and this happens every time there's a recession or a depression. Horror movies. There's a lot more horror movies coming out, and you can tell that I'm right just by the sheer fact that Obsession came out not in October. We are getting horror movie releases every single month, sometimes multiple horror movies a month. And there's a reason for that. Horror movies are by and far the cheapest movies for Hollywood to make. And they tend to have a higher rate of return because of that. You don't have to get as many butts in seats to reach the level of profits that you have to off of these other movies. So if you ever want an indicator of like how bad your recession that you're in is, how many horror movies is your country putting out? That's your indicator.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so we're gonna go rapid fire.
Oh boy.
Some of these questions in or out if you rather, and then in and out, and then it's gonna be would you rather. Okay. So
Okay.
big budget mythological movies in or out.
Out. They don't have the soul.
Yeah, out. I don't think it'll be exciting. Nolan event film in or out.
A what event film?
Nolan event.
Oh, out. I'm not
Oh,
interested.
okay. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning in. We'll see. I want to see what the Odyssey's about. Ancient stories adapted for modern audiences in or out. And yeah, I want to see what they can come out with. Prestige blockbusters in or out.
Out.
Yeah, not. What does that mean by prestige? I kind of made the term. I don't. Yeah, how do you classify the prestige film?
I mean, in my experience, anything that's considered prestigious is usually catering to a very, very narrow type of people in Hollywood, which tend to be rich white people, and I have no interest.
All right, there you go. All right, cast-driven hype, in or out?
Cast-driven hype?
Yeah.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, like if you see a movie that has like an ensemble cast of many actors that are popular you've seen before.
I don't care.
So out.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, like, I don't know that. I guess out because I don't know who any of those people are.
That's true for you. You wouldn't know.
Like, I wouldn't know that they're supposedly famous people. Now, I might see someone and recognize, like, hey, they were this character in this other thing, and they were really good, and that might drive me to see something if I thought they were really good. But like, a name does nothing for me.
Okay. Movie discourse online, in or out?
I don't want to be part of the Discord, but I love to watch it. So I guess in that regards.
Okay. Long, lore-heavy films, in or out?
Oh, in.
Yeah, that way.
Those are the best films.
Yeah, I know. This is cinema reactions, in and out.
What?
I think that's the meme. This is cinema.
Well, I don't know the meme, so I guess out.
Well, like, yeah. Okay. We'll move on from that
People are gonna hate me after this episode.
Right.
I'm sorry, guys.
Would you rather? Questions. Would you rather star in an epic movie or direct one?
Direct it.
Yeah, direct. I think direct. Would you rather live in a mythological story or a sci-fi story? Sci-fi.
Sci-fi. My chances of surviving the sci-fi are in fact higher.
There you go. All right. Would you rather only watch event movies or watch small indie films? Small indie.
What do you mean by event movies? What does that mean?
Like Odyssey, big.
Oh,
grandiose.
small indie.
Yeah.
Small indie.
Okay. Would you rather know every spoiler ahead of time or know nothing at all? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, don't spoil it for you. Would you rather have a movie with a perfect cast or a perfect script? Ooh, this is a tricky one.
You know what? I'm actually going to say the perfect cast. Because if you ever saw this script for the original Star Wars movie, it was bare fucking bones. Every scene that you're like, oh, that was so cool, that was so good, it's because the actor understood their character and told the director, no, my character wouldn't do that, they would do this, and refused to do what the director said. And they were right. They were right.
Yep. Cast mixed movie. Script can be, yes, rewritten or adjusted. Would you rather be stuck in a story like Odyssey or a survival horror game? What's up your alley? I'm gonna go survival horror.
I'm gonna go with survival horror. I have a reason for this. Do you want to hear the reason, or do you want to move on?
No, what's the reason?
In a story like the Odyssey, you will die because somebody else was prideful. But in a survival horror, you die because you're prideful. So I would much rather be in a situation where my own actions are what's going to get me killed, not because somebody else is a dumbass.
Right. All right. Would you rather be the hero or the narrator?
The narrator.
Yeah.
I'm not a hero. I'm a coward.
All right. Would you rather have endless sequels or never get a sequel again? Endless sequels.
Mm-hmm.
Would you? What?
I think I actually would go with never get a sequel again. Because if you know you're not going to ever get a sequel, you will start making stories that are self-contained. And I have always been a person who preferred a story that got in, said its piece, and then got out.
All right. Hot takes. Is the Odyssey the kind of movie people are going to actually debate for months?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Are mythological epics having a comeback?
Not really.
Not really, no.
Well, for people who are artsy and deep thinkers, maybe.
Yeah.
For your average Joe Blow off the street, no.
No. All right. Does a huge cast always make a movie better?
No.
I think yes there. But okay. Is Nolan still the gold standard for event cinema? I didn't
think it ever was.
I think he is. He's still pretty action-based. All right. Are people craving bigger or more serious blockbusters again?
Honest answer. People are craving more story. People are actually craving depth. Hollywood doesn't want to give them depth. That's why movies are dying.
That's true.
Because depth isn't safe.
That's true. It's more for entertainment for the buck's sake, and you don't want to, like, production value. I mean, you need to make the money. Studios are leaning to what makes more money rather than what gets more quality. So, yeah.
Well, they want to play it safe, and they want to cater to as many different opinions as possible without causing anyone to have to do any self-examination. And when you do that, when you try to cast that large net, you just end up boring and watered down.
True.
People will be a lot more interested if they actually just pick a lane.
Yep. All right. Is modern pop culture too dependent on nostalgia and reinvention?
Yes.
Yeah, totally there. Does a movie need to feel important to be fun?
No.
Yeah, no. All right, and then are big cultural events still possible in 2026? Yeah. I believe so. I hope for some big cultural event.
Yeah. I think it's unlikely, but it's possible.
Yeah. All right, this or dash. Mythology or sci-fi? I have to go sci-fi.
Wait, is this not the same question we asked earlier, or was this a different
take? Just like, would you want to live in a mythology story or sci-fi? Now it's like, do you prefer mythology or sci-fi?
Oh, like to consume a story?
Yeah.
Oh, mythology.
Okay. Epic saga or tight thriller? Tight thriller.
Ooh.
Tight thriller.
That's a hard choice,
That is a
man.
hard choice. Yeah. I think it depends too. I can see that in your case.
Yeah. They're so far separated. Like, that's not saying, do you want cookies or brownies? That's saying, like, do you want to have, like, do you want to be able to eat meals, or do you only want to be able to eat sweets?
Yeah.
Like, these are so different. I want both.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, big cast or focus ensemble?
Focused.
Focus, yeah. Blockbuster or indie?
Indie.
Indie. Huh. Theater experience or home streaming?
I assume by this you meant like movie theater and not.
Yes, not
okay.
play.
In that,
Yeah.
then streaming.
I still say movie theater. Agent stories or original concepts? This is a toss-up. I don't know. I would love original concepts, but I feel like Asian stories are sometimes the bread and butter. I don't know.
Oh.
You're stuck between this one too.
Like, my brain is saying, like, okay, the musical epic, it is technically a musical retelling of the Odyssey.
Right.
But it also takes a lot of creative differences. Like it is not a one for one. It has the spirit of the Odyssey, but there are very much creative, like, executive decisions that were made that are original, that are not part of the epic poem, and thus makes it an original piece. And I'm like, it's literally both. How could you choose? Because you can't have one without the other.
True. Okay, I'll leave it as undecided for you.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Serious tone or campy tone?
Serious. I can't
Serious,
handle
yeah.
camp very well.
Alright, character driven or plot driven?
Character.
Yeah, character development's key. Alright, we reached that end. I'm still, the top moment for me though, still that fact that you're like, who is Pedro Pascal? And I'm just like, I don't think I'm gonna live that much down. Oh yeah. Any fun, any good tidbits of information?
Canceled.
Anything good and interesting from today's discussion?
I
I didn't know about the bear question. I have never heard that.
floored that you've never heard the man or bears question.
Yeah. Nope, never heard it.
That's a little wild.
All right, so final thought on the Odyssey as a pop culture event. I feel like it's gonna have its hype for now, but it's gonna die off.
I don't think it's a pop culture event, in all honesty. The only people I see talking about it are people who are critiquing it. Like, they do not have good things to say.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen anybody out there, like, espousing how good of a movie it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe just because of the ensemble cast and who they have in this movie, and I don't know. We'll see. I might go see it one day and just comment on how terrible it is or how great it is, and have.
I'll watch it when it's not in theater anymore.
Not in theaters anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I've heard enough to know I'm not paying $25 to see it.
Oh, on IMAX? No. I don't know. All right. So that'll kind of conclude it here. Faye, well, when is your next stream? It's going to be tomorrow, I'm assuming.
Yes, tomorrow night.
You just to Desktop Explorer still?
Yeah, I've got if you remember Windows 95 and you wonder what Windows 95 as a horror game would be like, come say hi tomorrow, because that is exactly what I am doing.
There you go. So, yep, and then I will be back Sunday with some more Tarkov. We are in tune and scheduled to get seasonal characters, so it's going to be by Monday, or by next Tuesday probably, I'll be grinding for a new character. And if you haven't seen Project Zomboid, they're going to get attributes where there are positives and negatives, and you have to pick negatives to pick the positives. So it's going to be a very interesting take on Tarkov in the coming in. I think they're trying to emulate wipes again and give you characters to play over again. But our main characters will still be there, but we're going to go into our seasonal characters, so that's going to be coming on the pipeline. Doug is not happy for this at all. Because yeah. Alright, so I think that was it. And we'll be back maybe next. Wait, what's gonna happen by next month for the cats? No. Is it gonna be happening by next month, or what are your time frame things?
Next month, the most likely thing is that I will have finally gotten them to be comfortable in my presence. And if I'm lucky, they might start coming up just to like say hi and get a quick cuddle. Maybe. But that's a stretch.
Alright. No, Team Dad. No. I will try to venture to see the Odyssey. I want to still see Spider-Man, so I guess a comment on those films. I forget when Avengers is coming out. I feel like that's going to be another summer blockbuster that's coming out. When is it coming out? Oh no, it's not coming until December. That'll be in the winter. Alright, but yeah. Alright, so we'll see some movie things coming up, and we will discuss this next time on the podcast.
Yeah.
Stop. Alright, we're done recording. Thanks, Faye, for jumping on. I'll let you fade into the night as you usually do after the podcast. Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on the cats and make sure that they're okay.
Alright. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, so we are going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And I don't think I have a majority of people to send anywhere. But oh, what happened to the YouTube thing? Hold on. Did the YouTube thing stop entirely? I'm gonna check the inspector. Oh, YouTube was still broadcasting. I don't know what happened earlier. But yeah, we'll see you guys next YouTube. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace. Alright,